I had no idea how controversial the Superman movie was. Apparently, a lot of people have had early screenings for this film, so a lot of people have seen it. That doesn't exist here. That's a fairy tale in Tampa. The closest thing you get to an early movie screening in Tampa is if you overdose on NyQuil and imagine it when you fall asleep. So I haven't seen it yet. It doesn't come out till tomorrow here. But reviews are pouring in, and it has led to an absolute battlefield. It is a war zone out there right now. Mangled corpses littering the streets about people that like the movie, dislike the movie, and you'd think that'd be it, but it's not. Then there's also a set of people that haven't seen the movie, won't see the movie, but hate anyone that does see it and likes it. So we're getting all kinds of players here in this Game of Thrones. Now, the one Looney Tunes faction I knew was already playing in this game of chess was the Snyder cult. The Snyder fighters had made it clear from the very first trailer that this would be like their pariah. This was going to be the Antichrist to them because it is James Gunn with this Superman movie instead of Zack Snyder. And for some reason, Zack Snyder has cultivated this fan base that will literally gobble his meat on absolutely everything, even things he is not attached to. It's not like he was considered for a new Superman movie, but they have deluded themselves into thinking that this was a big betrayal of Zack Snyder by giving it to James Gunn, even though the DCU had completely flopped, failed, floundered, and just was a complete fuck-up. They have believed, since the inception of this project, that it needs to fail so that way they can bring back Zack Snyder. I don't know why they think that's going to happen. Even if the movie made $5, I don't think the next course of action would be, okay, we've got to try this again. Let's get Zack Snyder on the horn. Like, that would not be where they'd ever go. That thought process doesn't even make sense. Why would they do the same song and dance that didn't make them a ton of money the first time around? But regardless, the Snyder writers have held on to this belief, and now that the film is here, anyone that is giving a positive review of it, they are labeling a paid shill. I'm not going to just bring up tons and tons of tweets and Reddit posts about it, but I will just show you this one where they believe that the only honest reviews are the ones that don't like the film. Anyone that likes the film is dishonest and purchased by Warner Bros. James Gunn is actually lining all of these critics' pockets. And not just critics, any human being on the planet that likes this film must have been paid for it. This reply actually had me giggling, so I'll show you this one. Your friends in China, like the rest of the world, other than your paid-up shills, are expecting this guy as Superman, not your cheap parody. There is no world where they believe anyone who likes this film just happened to like it. The only way you like it is if you are a brainwashed drone who's been paid for. It's a scary mentality to have. Now, this might be a hot take, but I also think a lot of what gets reported as Snyder cult activity is actually a psyop. I think that this has become such a well-known, spittoon for people to make fun of, the huge Snyder enthusiasts that do definitely go off the rails, that they oftentimes get hijacked by people just trying to make them look even worse. So, I saw a lot of posts about how Snyder fans were going to make their voices heard by going and protesting at every theater to try and shut down premieres of the Superman film. I don't think that was actually a genuine effort from Snyder fans to do that. I think that was people just making fun of them and trying to get even more shit piled on top of them. I, of course, could be wrong, but in this case, I don't think I am. There is a lot from the Snyder-siders that they do actually do, in terms of this movie in particular, how everyone must be a paid shill because they liked it. The only real reviews are the ones that hate it, that kind of thing. We have to make sure this movie fails. That is all stuff they are doing, but when it comes to this, over-the-top shit about how they're gonna go, tooth and nail, boots on the ground to the theaters to try and stop this film from even playing, that I just don't think they are actually trying to do. I don't think the Snyder-siders are doing anything like that. Now, as I mentioned when I was covering the Superman drama where James Gunn removed a scene of a villain being evil, I mentioned that I had recently rewatched Man of Steel and liked it far more this time around than I did when it came out. I actually do think Man of Steel is solid, aside from the goofiest death in comic book history with Clark Kent's father and how that goes down, but we don't need to fuck that fleshlight for the millionth time. But point is, I ended up liking Man of Steel a lot more this time. But going into Superman, I'm also hoping this movie is good too. I'm not going into the cinema hoping that this shit is poop. I just don't care that much. I hope it's good, If it's bad, is what it is. Like, it's just, I'll be honest about it. I don't really understand, like, I find it very sad how people's whole personality and, like, their mental health seems to rely on this movie not doing well. It's so, like, really upsetting to even see that someone would be in that state of mind. That mentality is just concerning. It's not that big of a deal. If you love Zack Snyder's films, all power to you. But to be this pathetic about it, where anyone who likes it, you hate, and they must be a paid shill, that's rough. But it's not just the Snyder side of things, the Snyder-siders. There is another gladiator in this Coliseum, and it's people that think that you have to like this movie or you're morally wrong for it. They're propping this film up as if, like, you're on the wrong side of history if you don't like it. So, if there's anyone that dislikes it, they are labeling them as, like, bad people. Which is really weird, because it's just a fucking movie that at the end of the day, sole purpose is to make a lot of money. I don't really know why it's at this point now where people champion it as, like, this is the ethical perspective you have to have. You have to appreciate this film, you have to like it, or you are wrong for it. I just find that to be odd as well. So to attach, like, an ethical perspective on it, like, well, I see you didn't like the Superman film. I'm sorry to say, but I just can't respect you anymore. You are clearly a ne'er-do-well and a scoundrel, and to that I say, good day. I want nothing more to do with you for this take. Is so odd to me, because it is just a movie that is there to make $1 billion. Like, that feels like the entire goal of the Superman movie, because so much is hinging on this for the new James Gunn DC universe. Like, I don't think you're a bad person if you dislike the film. I haven't seen it yet, I know, this is brave, but I don't think you're a piece of shit if you end up not liking the Superman film. And an extension of that belief is that anyone that dislikes the Superman film must be a Snyder cult member. Which just isn't true. There's going to be plenty of people that don't like the Superman movie that also didn't like Snyder's version of him either. It's just, I don't understand why this film in particular is so incendiary. It is, like, it blows my mind. And another one that's just popped up here in the Thunderdome is about how woke Superman is. Apparently about, like, immigration or something. I haven't dove too deep into this talking point here, but it's a little new as of me making this video. But that's another one that's popped up, is like, fucking Superman's out here lecturing us on immigration. They've completely ruined Superman. It's all about immigration now because he's an immigrant. It's so fucking woke. It's complete pandemonium here surrounding this film. Now, this is going to be quite the brain buster, but just stick with me for a second. I think, based on all these early reviews from the critics and the audience that's been able to see the early screenings, I think I can say with a high level of confidence, not every single person was paid to like it. I know. Just hold on. Latch onto my bosom for a moment. I think it is an absolutely delusional, almost gang-stalking level perspective to have that anyone that likes this movie had to have been paid to enjoy it. That's ridiculous. The normal fucking family on summer break going to see an early screening of Superman and walking away pleased was not on James Gunn's payroll to enjoy it and maybe say something nice on Twitter about it. People tweet their every thought every second of their day. So if they watched Superman and liked it, they probably just decided to make a tweet immediately upon getting into the car. That's not crazy to imagine. What is crazy to imagine is that anyone that liked it had to have been paid for it or had been, like, mass hypnotized by James Gunn to enjoy it. And that the only truth tellers are the ones that didn't like it. That is an unhinged perspective, that the only, like, true, honest perspective is that the movie sucks. And it's a movie you haven't even seen yet. You've just made up your mind that it has to be bad because you want it to be bad. Now, there is a chance it is bad. I don't know, I haven't seen it. I'll know tomorrow if it is good or bad in my eyes. But anyway, I just wanted to yap about this a little bit, just kind of blabber about how surprised I am to see the major, like, drama around this movie. Like, it's a comic book movie. I wouldn't have expected it would get to a level like this, of, like, this much, like, hate and this much anger and frustration. it is just on a level that I would have never guessed that it would be. That's really about it. See ya.